Good evening, students. This is Manas Patnaik, your friend and tutor. So we are in chapter 1, solution of equations, exercise 5. This is problem number 2. The method that we are discussing is the graphical method, and we are going to find at least one root of this cubic equation. What is going to be our approach, sir? The root could be anything from minus infinity to plus infinity. How do you narrow down your search? That is the first question. Okay, just take a look at this picture. This is something that I discussed in the previous session also, and we are going to repeat it. There is a function, okay, sir, and if you plug in the value of x as a, you get a negative value of the function, right? If you plug in the value of x as b, you get a positive value, which essentially indicates that there is a point between a and b where the inflection happens, where the transition takes place, where the function's value changes from negative to positive. Therefore, we can conclude by saying that there is going to be at least one root between x is equal to a and x is equal to b. Now what I'll do is I'll randomly plug in the value of x and get the corresponding value of f of x, and I'll observe where the function's value changes either from negative to positive or from positive to negative, and that will give me an indication where the roots are lying. Okay, so watch, this is going to be fun. Let me select random values. Let me start from 0, then the value is 1, and just select these two and then drag. Let us go until 10, let's say. Fine. Okay, what is the function? I'm going to be using the formula is equal to, just hit equal to by selecting on that cell first of all. X cube, that means this cell is A8. Click on it, shift 6 and then 3, minus 3 multiplied by x, again this cell, click on the cell, bracket close, minus 5 and hit enter. Even if you want to check, then you can put the value of x as 0 minus 0 is 0, and then negative 5. It returns the value negative 5. Just drag this. That's your function. Okay, let me looking nice now. Now once you've got this result, take a careful look. I want all of you to pinch on the screen. Okay, pinch on the screen. You will see that the function changes from this negative to positive, from minus 3 to plus 13, which essentially means that our root is between 2 and 3. So your answer is definitely going to be a value between 2 and 3. That is for sure. That is now a fact. Okay. All right, so now our search is going to start from 2 and it will end at 3. So what I'll do is I'll copy and I'll paste. Our search begins from 2. From 2, let me increase the interval by 0.1, 2.1 to make it, and then center, right? And then let me drag this from 2.1 until we reach 3. That's the function's value. The formula is already there. Here the cell was A8 and now the cell is D8 to be very precise. Here it is. You can zoom in and see x cube minus 3x minus 5 has been written. Let me drag this also. Again, we are going to make an observation. Again, if you watch, there are 3 negative values initially, and now the function has suddenly made a transition from negative to positive, which essentially means our root is going to lie between 2.2 and 2.3. Okay. Between 2.2 and 2.3. So this basically is giving us an indication, and please wait, I'll also let you know how to do all of these things in a calculator. You can at the most you can work 2 different functions at a time. Okay. Now let's make the graph. Select, go to insert, recommended graphs. I want one function plotted. Here it is. All the x values are here. Okay, corresponding to this line 0. All the x values 2, 2.1, 2.2 and so on. This looks nice. If you watch, this is where the intersection of the function is with the x-axis, and wherever you see an intersection, that exactly is a root. What we can basically do here, I can actually make a line, go to insert, shapes, make a line, black color wood somewhere here. If you want to zoom in, you surely can. Okay, you can zoom in further by pinching your screen. 2.2, 2.3. Their center is 2.25. 2.25, 2.26, 2.27, 2.28. Close to 2.28. So you can say that, sir, the answer is 2.28. And we knew very well, because the function is changing sign between 2.2 and 2.3. You can see from negative to positive. Therefore, it's a fact now that your root lies between 2.2 and 2.3. That's a fact. And this is the approximate value. Okay, what about the other two roots? They are basically imaginary roots. They'll happen in pairs. Okay. Anyway, this was the most fundamental graphical technique to work out the root. There is another technique. Let me discuss that now. Now, let me start. What is the thickness? Okay. So this is your function. Okay. Yes, sir. This is our function. Just a sec. So, sir, this is actually function of x, function in x rather, and it is equal to 0. Okay. Whenever you see this kind of form, you say that's an algebraic equation we are dealing with. I can rewrite this. I can rewrite it like this, sir. X cube is equal to 3x plus 5. And I can say that, sir, this is basically phi of x. Please note, x and constants always onto the RHS. Okay, only x and constant, the higher powers of x to the LHS. And x and constants are represented by another function, psi of x, psi, psi of x. Wonderful, sir. So these are the two new functions which you have created from your original function. Let me equate them to y. Now we can say, sir, there is one function y, which is x cube, and let's call this function as phi of x. And there is another function, y is equal to 3x plus 5, and let us call this as psi of x. Wonderful. Okay. Now for certain values of x, or for given values of x, you need to find the corresponding values for phi of x and psi of x. That is exactly what we'll do. And from the previous analysis, I mean the first analysis what we that we did was just for to see to observe the transition. The transition was between 2 and 3. Function became from negative, it became a positive from negative. Okay, so we know very well that the root lies between 2 and 3. So let me plug in the value of x as 2. Let's start from 2.1, and now let me drag this. You are definitely going to get the results. All right. What about phi x? Sir, phi x is x cube. So equal to, select, shift 6, 3, enter, drag. Okay, again psi of x is equal to, what is the function? Sir, it is psi x is 3x plus 5. So this is going to be 3 multiplied by the cell and plus 5, enter. The value is 11. It's very simple. 2 into 3 is 6, 6 plus 5 is 11. Again drag. Now these are the results. Okay, it's so damn easy when you use Microsoft Excel. You can do the same on a calculator. Go to mode 7 for table, write down the function. So the function is cube, so alpha x and the cube, enter. That's the first function. Okay, if you have only one function, then skip this one. When I say skip, you can hit enter. If you've got another function, that is here psi of x, so I am going to write the value. What is psi of x? Sir, it is 3x plus 5. So let me write this, 3 into x plus 5, and here you go, two functions written down. We'll start with 2, enter. We'll end with 3, enter, and the step is 0.1, enter. These are the results. You can match them. One and same. 8, 9.261, 10.648, 11, 11.3, 11.6. Okay, if you hit this down arrow, you are going to get more results. You can see that. So damn satisfying. Okay, the final result is 3, 27, 14, 3, 27 and 14. Please, whenever, I mean, the numbers are looking really small on screen, so you can pinch on it. Pinch on it. Wonderful. Now time to make the graph. Select all of them. Please take this suggestion. I'm sure that you guys have access to a computer? Okay, most of you have. Nowadays students have access, or if you don't, then use your college. The one which is in college. Try to do this in Excel. Go to insert, recommended charts. We want two functions. Okay, with respect to the same x-axis, we want two functions plotted. So I'm going to select this one. Enter. So the blue one is for phi of x and the orange one is for psi of x. Okay, so yeah, done. Easy, right? You can even write it down. Can I write it down over here? Phi of x versus psi of x. What's happening? Not needed. Anyways, where these two functions intersect, that is exactly the location of graph. Go to insert, shapes. I want a line right here, and black color. Let me take this line to the intersection. Okay, now can we zoom in? Okay, now you watch. 2.2, 2.3. The center is 2.25, 2.25, 2.26, 2.27, 2.28. Here it is. Almost 2.28. So the final answer is here. Let me write it. 2.28. Done. Okay. So basically, graphical method can be approached in two ways. You saw both the approaches. And yes, make use of a calculator and try to do this on a computer also. Okay. I think that would be it for today, students. If you've got any queries or doubts, to write them down in the comment section below. I'll be very, very happy to answer them, honestly speaking. And if you find this content helpful, then do like the video and share with as many friends as you can so that they can also benefit. Okay, this is Manas Patnaik signing off. Take care and have a nice day.